My boyfriend and I are both in our mid-20s and have been together for 2 years. When we first started living together he did no housework at all. We talked about it, and now he does a decent amount. The main thing he does is straightening up, like collecting all the piles of whatever and putting them in neat piles or rows. He does not actually put them away where they go. This is important later. Overall, it would be hard to say what the exact breakdown is, but there are days or weeks when he does more than I do. The thing is, he has been acting like the biggest martyr since he started doing this. He sat me down for a very serious conversation and said that I do not do enough to express my gratitude. I sometimes verbally acknowledge what he has done. Wow, the place looks great. Thanks for cleaning up. But he said he still does not feel appreciated. I'm just like in another dimension with rage, because for the longest time he did literally nothing. And now he continues to have no concept of how much work I actually do around the house. He still has never once in his entire life folded a piece of laundry or cleaned a toilet. Yesterday we got together with some friends and he was complaining to his friend when he thought that I was out of earshot. He was saying how difficult it is for him to live with someone who is so messy and disorganized. I'm someone who has color-coded file drawers and meal preps every meal. In my opinion, I do the vast majority of the actual housework, even though he does reduce the overall mess on a day-to-day basis. On the one hand, I feel so angry and even taken advantage of, and hearing this convo with his friend felt like the last straw. But on the other hand, he does a lot more than he used to, so maybe I need to just get a sense of humor about how delusional he is and appreciate what he does. Should I talk to him? And if so, what do I say? TL, doctor, boyfriend is delusional about how much cleaning he does and how little I do, and it's driving me up the wall. Why should he get verbal gold stars for doing what all adults are supposed to do, which is taking responsibility for their home environment? Does he thank you profusely when you do your chores? Lol, yes, that is exactly what I told him. No, that would make me so mad. Lmao. He lives there. He should share in the housework. It's not like he's doing you a favor, but not treating you like a housemaid. I would have a serious conversation with him about how he's acting like a giant baby. This is one of those if nothing changes, i.e. he still does the same amount of housework in 5 years, would I still want to be in the same situation kind of things. My issue is not with the amount of housework necessarily, even though I do wish he did some of it differently, actually putting away instead of just organizing. Honestly, there are times when he does more than I do overall. My issue is with this attitude he has about it. Do you really wanna marry this someday? Have kids with it? Is this guy the best you think you can do for yourself? I hope he's pretty and has good D*** game. Unfortunately, I ended up marrying this. He's a child. Does he show you his appreciation for all the things you do that he doesn't, or can he not see them? I mean, you can write down all the things you do and all the things he does and have him do the same from his perspective and help each other understand what you want and what you find important, and then show him the magic coffee table video. Lol, I love that video. And this is why both of my sons do chores: laundry, vacuuming, cat boxes, dishes, more. They don't do them very well, and they complain a lot, but each day they have some regular chores, and each year, they get better at them, and get them done faster, and with less pushback. And they have to regularly clean their rooms, takes care of animals, make grocery lists. I'll be damned if they are going to grow up to be like your BF Opus. I married your BF4 husband #2. What a nightmare. You do not want to be married to this guy. Not now, not ever. It's exhausting, demoralizing, maddening, and such a waste of time. Throw the whole man out. My son's chores increased the moment I read this post. You have the patience of a saint. If I overheard that in your situation, I would have immediately piped up with "I'm sorry, did I just hear you correctly?" and listed off the same stuff you did about your level of organization. Maybe go buy some stickers and give him one when he does a chore, since I guess his mom didn't get around to that technique. Definitely don't just laugh it off as a quirk. He's a grown up, and he needs to learn how to behave like a grown up. If you can tolerate the mess that will accumulate, go on a cleaning strike. Stop doing any and everything you do around the house and let him see what a difference it makes for you to stop putting in that labor. I second this. I did it once, and I'll let him know ahead of time what was going on and why, mostly in fear of waiting a week for him to even realize. I wasn't angry or spiteful about it, just matter of fact. Honestly, it was really eye-opening to me too. I'll learn to go easier on myself when I feel like I got nothing done all day. No, send that little boy back to his mommy. She probably is horrified her precious baby's partner is making him lift a finger and act like a full brown human, and not a whittle baby. Sorry, he is being a turd. This is for anyone reading. This is exactly why it is so important to set a precedent early on. How the bills are split, who does what in the house, if anything. Now 2 years later Op has reached her breaking point. But for the BF it all seems new and incrementally high. Not to mention all the time and energy Op has spent doing the work and having to nag the guy. You picked a lemon. Dump him and date an adult. Honestly, this is one of those posts that makes me more annoyed at the opus. Why are you coddling this overgrown child? Women need to make it clear that this kind of incompetence will not be tolerated. Honestly, this is one of those posts that makes me more annoyed at the op. Literally. In 5 years, when he's bragging about babysitting his own kids, Op will still be complaining, as if he didn't show all the red flags beforehand. He sat me down for a very serious conversation, and said that I do not do enough to express my gratitude. Lol, dude, what a baby, you literally have no reason to be grateful to him. This is his house as well, and it's his responsibility to take care of it. It sounds like it's time to make a detailed chart of *ALL* household chores and divide them up fairly so that he can see how little he's actually doing compared to you. If he won't get on board with doing his fair share with minimal whining, I wouldn't cohabit it with him any longer. Tell him if he wants praise to call his mom, and that you aren't interested in having sex with a little boy who needs attention like this. He's immature, lazy, and entitled. Does he thank you for all you do? Lol. Your description of his contribution isn't even really a chore. He just puts stuff in piles instead of completing the task to actually finish the chore. Try to look at the situation objectively and don't make excuses for him. If this description is accurate, he is not pulling his weight and still complaining about it. If you want to make this work, sit down and go over who is in charge of what household responsibilities. Give him more chores. You shouldn't have all the actual housework on your plate. Contributing to the home you live in is the bare minimum, not something he should need praise for. Again, he is being immature and entitled. Does he want to be a child or a man and a partner? Your feelings are very valid and understandable. What are the positives of this relationship? Are they things no other person could offer you? Do you think you could live happily this way forever? I would seriously consider ending this relationship. There do exist men you don't have to convince or nag to do their fair share. This is the kind of man who will complain about babysitting his own kids. Is that the future you want? Hand him a cookie every time he completes a chore and say good boy. He's acting like a child, so treat him like a child. How unmanly. Edited. Spelling. No, give him a dog treat. She gets the cookie. Honestly, throw the whole man away. He's not worth it. If you want to give him another chance, tell him he needs to start doing real cleaning and drop the attitude. You don't need to be doing his laundry or making his meals. Just do it for yourself until he gets his act together. Honestly, people like him should be single. Gratitude for doing the bare minimum isn't really necessary. Bro needs to get over himself. I wouldn't worry about the friend comment too much. Some friendships are, to put it kindly, based on lies and self-up talk. If he wants to lie to his friend, it affects you very little. But if he keeps up this expecting you to bow and marvel over his extremely basic help, you need to sit him down again and tell him outright that what he's doing is a *ABSOLUTE bare minimum *, and while you'll give him some verbal acknowledgement, it's not going to go further than that. This is his share. This is him doing what he is supposed to. When he's driving, you don't go, wow babe, I'm so happy you're staying in your lane. You haven't hit a single curb. You're amazing. Obviously you should talk to him. Tell him what you wrote here. He used to do no housework. He still hasn't done some tasks. He does things wrong. Focus on how his shitty comments make you feel. A petty, immature but funny response would be to completely stop doing your share of the housework if he is going to martyr himself. Be the messy person he is claiming you are. Then let's see if he notices he doesn't do half the S asterisk 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 he thinks he does. Now I would put him on the spot and called him out on his S asterisk 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 right then and there. Then I would have broke up with him in front of everyone and told to get fo. 17 years into a marriage and my husband acts the same way. He does a fraction of what needs to get done and will look me straight in the face and claim he does more. Never mind he's never washed a window or a baseboard, and if I stop cleaning it gets filthy. If you figure out how to solve the issue, let me know. We separated for 6 months and recently moved back in together, and he said the same stupid untrue oblivious narcissistic s asterisk 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 to me, and after 17 years, and doing everything for him and his kids, IDK if I can tolerate it anymore. I'm trying not to let it bother me, but it's hard, because it's wrong. What he says is wrong, and his lack of help is wrong. What do you want? I'm not being flippant. Deserved or not, encouraging him may get the place cleaner. Credit where credit is due may feel honest, but it won't get the work done. Animals, people included, return to what makes them feel good. Regardless of what he does or doesn't do, complaining about you to mutual friends is messed up. I would approach it from that angle and indicate generically what you are doing. That is, yes, you put it in a pile, then I put it away. I also would not be afraid to throw shade on the fact that you were doing everything solo before, but the fact that he is complaining is really disloyal as hell. Not gonna lie, he sounds like a big man baby and kinda sounds like he's gaslighting you. I say you should restate your boundaries and tell him how he's making you feel, because where it stands now he's treating something that should be a common courtesy when you live with a partner like he's bending over backwards for the relationship. Since you've been with the guy for 2 years, I'd suggest sitting him down and explaining once and for all that he's supposed to do chores. He's not doing you a favor. He's not helping you out. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Unless he's going the extra mile covering your chores also, or doing something special around the house, then he doesn't get a freaking gold star. He's a grown man, not a child, and you're not his mother. If he's continuing with that after your talk, then you should decide whether that's something you're willing to put up with for years to come, or the rest of your life. Keep in mind that the older you get, the harder things get. There's more to do, more responsibility, and kids may enter the equation at some point.